I'm Eric Lippman from UtilityReformNow.com. In the last video that I posted, I described why I left my job as a state court trial judge to work on utility regulation reform, badly needed reform. And part of that story, an important part of that story, started here. I'm outside of the headquarters of Greater Minnesota Gas, or GMG, here in Faribault, Minnesota, in beautiful Rice County, Minnesota. Greater Minnesota Gas, GMG, is a special company. They were founded 30 years ago for the purpose of delivering natural gas service to communities like this. It's one of 5 regulated natural gas utilities in the state of Minnesota, and they were founded because the other 4 wouldn't come to communities like this. Why wouldn't the other companies want to serve communities like this? Well, the other companies regarded the distances between houses as too great in Faribault that it didn't make good business sense to run a natural gas pipeline through the community. And so these folks organized. They went neighbor to neighbor to sign them up to deliver natural gas service in this community. What do you do when you don't have access to reliable natural gas service? Well, you heat your house with propane or with crude oil, or God forbid, wood. Now, there are a couple of problems with that. Let's say you have a propane solution. That obliges either a 500-gallon or perhaps a 1,000-gallon propane tank in your backyard, and your neighbors probably have lots of their own tanks. Not a good safety situation. Also, the propane solution tends to be 2 or perhaps 3 times as expensive as receiving natural gas from a PHMSA-regulated pipeline into your house. And so, these folks organized and were quite successful. They're the only company in Minnesota history that went from 2,000 customers to more than 2,000 customers. Now that's an important point because once you cross that threshold of 2,000 customers, you start getting regulated by the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission. And that too is an important story you need to know. The regulatory beatdown that they've received from the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission, well, it almost pressed this company into bankruptcy, and that regulatory beatdown continues until today. Worse still, that regulatory beatdown, it's costing customers a lot of money. Find out all that you need to know about that story by liking, subscribing, and following. See all of the videos. This is a story you need to know at UtilityReformNow.com. UtilityReformNow.com.